Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hi and a very good morning. Today we are on the forum discussing about organizational behavior, and the topics to be discussed today is challenges of organizational behavior. Besides me is our first panel, Mr. Abdul Azim bin Azmi, the CEO of Armada Con Corporation. Our second panel is this young lady in the middle, Miss Sheikah Norain Ashikin binti Sheikh Mokhtar, the president of Trade Union of Megah Berhad. And our last panel is coming from NIOSH, Miss Nurul Shafiqah binti Muhammad Rahim. Alright, without further ado, we are going to start our forum or our discussion with the first question goes to Mr. Azim. Alright, sir, we are talking about organizational behavior. So, what is OB actually?
Okay, firstly, I would like to give a million thanks to the director for willing to invite us to share our opinions and knowledge about organizational behavior, OB. Second off, thank you to Mr. Akmal for conducting this forum. So, what is OB? What do you guys know about OB? Basically, OB is the study of the way people interact within groups, and normally this study is applied to an attempt to create more efficient business organizations. So areas of research include improving job performance, increasing job satisfactions, and promoting innovation. So in order to achieve these desired results, manager may adopt different tactics, including reorganizing, modifying composition structures, and changing the way performances is evaluated. That's all.
Alright, we have been clear about the definition. So the next question is to Miss Sheikah. What is your point of view about organizational behavior as a president of a trade union?
Alright, thank you, Mr. Akmal. As for me, the organizational behavior comes from the root where it comes from the organization itself, and the organization itself where the group of people works towards to achieve their purpose, where in other words, to achieve their goals. And for the behavior, it is about understand the behavior of those people work in that organization, and how they predict the behavior, and how the decision they make will influence the behavior that they will react to it, to the decision that the superior make for them. And that is my opinion about the hobby.
Alright, that was a very clear understanding, I guess. So next, Miss Nur Shafiqah, can you please share to the audience what are types of organizational behavior?
Thank you, Mr. Akmal. As we know, there are 5 types of OB, which is first is task performance. Secondly, organizational citizenship. Thirdly, counterproductive behavior. Staying and joining with the organization, and maintaining work attendance. So that those are the types of the OB.
Alright, that is our first round on this specifically discussion. I hope the audience will get some information on that. Alright guys, moving on to the second round of our discussion today, of our forum today. It is the challenges of organizational behavior. So Mr. Abdul Azim, as a CEO of a company, could you please define one of those challenges in organizational behavior?
Okay, thank you, Mr. Akmal. As a successful CEO, there were so many obstacles and challenges that I have to face before I was able to get this far in my business. In fact, it wasn't even easy to start a business in the first place. There are so many things that need to be taken into consideration. So OB can contribute to improving an organizational performance by showing dread how employees' attitude and behavior are associated with customer satisfaction. In order to improve customer service skills, all employees should learn on how to stay patient when dealing with the customers. No matter how frustrated you are, you have to always keep smiling. Other than that, attentiveness, the ability to really listen to the customers is so crucial in providing great customers for some reasons. In besides that, it is important to have a clear knowledge about the product. It is not that every single team member should be able to build the product from scratch, but rather they should know the ins and outs of how the product works, just like a customer who uses it every day would. Without knowing your product from front to back, you won't know how to help customers who when they run into problems.
Wow, me myself, I can feel that it is a very crucial discussion. Okay, you guys must be wondering, what are the other challenges of organizational behavior? So, Miss Shekan and Ashikin, could you please define the second challenge of organizational behavior?
Alright, thanks again to Mr. Akmal. For the challenges of OB, it also comes to workplace ethics and values, where the values is about long-lasting belief based on what is important in a variety of situations. For example, it can define which one is right and wrong, and how this decision can guide us to decide on something. For example, when we're dealing with the problem among the workers, to settle the dispute, we need to choose the most effective ways so that no one gets hurt when we decide on something. And by doing so, these workers will not have that kind of feeling, not to leave the organization, and they will enjoy the work environment where the superior that decide on something is it is not on bias. And for why these values is important, the first one, it is can guide the employees to decide on something and how their action can influence them. Globalization that increases awareness and different values. And the last one, stronger emphasis on apply these ethical values. And for the ethics, it is about the moral principle that determine whether the decision is right or wrong, and how the outcome of this decision, where it will become bad or good. And for example, the ethical leadership, where the leader need to walk the talk. By doing so, the workers will feel good when doing the work, and this will increase their motivation to do their job effective and efficiently, and this will also decrease the whistleblowing in that organization itself. And that is my opinion on the challenges of OB.
Alright, we have been cleared with these 2 points of the challenges in organizational behavior. So, next, is there any other challenges in organizational behavior, Miss Ika?
There is a challenges in OB, which is the evolving employment relationship. Like a few decades ago, most or although of not all people work employee in the employees in the United States and similar culture will finish their workday in between 8 or 9 hours of the workday. They can separate their personal life and their workday. So during that time, there were no iPhones, Blackberries, or internet connection to keep them to doing their work. So that there are two we can separate it, which is the work-life balance. It is means the degree to which in person minimize conflict between work and non-work demands. And for the virtual work, it is work performed away from the traditional physical workplace by using the internet. So for the work-life balance, it is occurs when most employees lack this balance because they spend too many hours to done their job. So that whether at the workplace, at home, or on vacation, this focus on work leaves to make little to fulfill non-work needs and obligations. So that for the virtual work, whereby the employee use information technology to perform their jobs in rather in traditional particularly workplace, so that the effect from the practice the virtual work, it is the family will suffer rather than improve in sufficient space and resources for a home office. It is the family relation may not good as if they only think work at their workplace, so that it particularly disturb the family itself because of they work from their home, which is 27/7 they thinking about their work. So that those are that my explanation is the challenges of the OB.
Oh, alright. That was the first three challenges of OB, and I can see you guys, most of the audience, take note about those points. And I would like to add another one, challenges of organizational behavior, which it is the globalization. It is the economic, social, and cultural connectivity and interdependency with the people in the other parts of the world. It offers larger markets, lower costs, and greater access to knowledge and innovation. And I believe that the implication, it is catalyzed by IT, ICT, and transportation system. The implication is that it will increase work intensivity, which is to make it simpler, it offers a variety of job scope or job field, reducing job security and also work-life balance. So, in order to go through this globalization, we need leadership, organizational practices, high-performance organization, and organizational behavior. To make it simpler, the world nowadays have been equipped by technologies. So, every organization need to prepare themselves in order to go in line or to go along with this technology revolution. That is all from me. Thank you. All right, there goes our second round, and I believe that the audience have been clear and take note about the four challenges of organizational behavior that have been presented by our three panelists just now and me myself. So, I would like to repeat again, which the four challenges of organization is the first, customer service, the values and ethics. Thirdly is to evolve the employment relationship and the globalization, of course. So, on the next round, or which is our third round, I would like to ask our panels to conclude their point of view that have been presented just now. So we start with Mr. Azim. Can you please share a simple conclusion based on the point customer service that you have been justified just now?
Okay, thank you, Mr. Akmal. Customer service is actually important to an organization because it is often the only contact a customer has with the company. Customers are actually vital to an organization. Some customers spend hundreds and even thousands of ringgit per year with the company. So consequently, when they have a problem or product issue, they expect a company's customer service department to resolve their issue. Other than that, customer service is also important because it can help to differentiate between the company and the competitors. And lastly, the customer service is also important to an organization because of potential complaints. Consumers can file a complaint with the Better Business Bureau, Consumer Affairs, or even a class action attorney if they are dissatisfied with the products. So as long as a customer owns a product, they expect to be able to service it. Otherwise, they have certain rights to sue the company.
Oh. Alright, that was the conclusion from Mr. Azim for the customer service. Next, second, what about the values and ethics, Ms. Sheikha?
Alright, thank you, Mr. Akmal. And for the values and ethics, we can see that these values and ethics is very important in shaping the behavior of the worker, where their decision on doing something or how they gonna react with the kind of decision made by their superior can give a big impact towards the organization as well as themselves. As this will also portray themselves to others as well as the superior itself, where the superior will determine whether their workers are in good decision. Are in good condition or besides that. And by doing so, these values and ethics will give the organization the workers to become a very good workers by doing their job in terms of getting the reward, and they will also get the motivation by staying in the organization itself. And that's from me.
Alright. Next, the turn goes to our third panel, Ms. Nur Shafiqah. What is your conclusion based on your point just now, which is evolving employment relationship?
For the evolving employment relationship, that I can conclude that for the work life and virtual work, it is initiative have the potential to significantly reduce absenteeism, improve employee morale, and retain organizational knowledge and staff. It is important for them to implement these policies to every organization, so that the employee expectations are very high in regards to flexible work condition in today's society. So for the organizational culture plays a key role when it comes to work-life balance. So for the HR, maybe can they implement the policy for the families with small children, due to the diversity of the concept of family now. Work-life balance improvement policy should address every aspect of family, such as single parents, shared parents, elderly care, and single. As the organizational culture plays a key role when it comes to work-life and work-life provision. So that apparently the HR policies, HR should make a policies to the organization as for example, it is flexible working hours for them to make them easy to make the work, and for flexible work, so that due to that it will improve the policies, that it will improve for the employee itself, as for the families such as single parents, shared parents, elderly care, and singles, for them to continue their personal life, which separate with their work life. Finally, we need to adapt a give and take philosophy, which means both employer and employee need to be willing to bend a little. Small compromise will go a long way in achieving a perfect harmony between personal and work life. So that it is the conclusion for my point.
Alright, that was a very good explanation or good conclusion from Ms. Nuri Shafika. And last from myself, based on the point of globalization, we know that life goes on and we are moving the next step to the new era. So every organization really need to be prepared in order to go in line or to go along with the modernization. They need to be very creative in planning for their organization. As an example, there are a lot of big companies today that created a relationship with other companies from the other side of the world to enhance their technologies and skills of the organization members. One of them, for sure, are Proton in Malaysia. So, it is the end of our discussion today on the topics of challenges of organizational behavior. A big thanks to the respected panels, Mr. Abdul Azim bin Azmi, for Ms. Sheikha Nurin Ashikin binti Sheikh Mota, and also Nur Shafika binti Muhammad Rahim for joining us today, and also thank you to the audience that are listening. Thank you.